Good morning, mathematicians. All right, let's do a little call and response. And that means I'm going to do some claps and then you are going to do some after me. Okay, ready? Good. Let's do that one again. Good. Oh, that was hard. Ready? Let's do it again. Good. Okay, everyone. So, today I want you to take a moment to get your number bond sheet, okay, and your marker. We're going to do a fun art activity after this, but first let's start with a couple number bond sentences. Okay, so if you need to, press pause, find your sheet and your dry erase marker. Okay? Okay, so if you're ready to move on, let's review our number bond. I think you all know it by now, and I'm sure this is getting a little redundant, which means repetitive for some of you, but we just need to make sure you get this, because guess what? The number bond is the foundation. That means it's like one of the most important elements that we need to learn for math, especially some of the concepts that you'll review when you get into third grade, okay? So when you get into factoring and stuff like that, your understanding of these is going to be so important. Okay, so our number bond, point to the whole for me. Where would I put the whole? That means the total number. Where would I put the total number? That's right. I'm going to put it right in here. Okay. And where would I put the parts? That's right. I'm going to put the parts in here and in here. And what if I went like that? Would this be the whole then? I tried to trick you, but I see I did not. You are right. This is still the whole, because if this was the whole, then it would need to connect to both the parts, which would mean a line would need to go here and no line here, because these are the two parts, right? Okay. But guess what? It's still okay to do it this way. I can still put my whole number in here and my parts in here. I could even do it like this too. And like this. And like this. It doesn't matter, just as long as you show. If I were to pick up this paper and you were to show me 5 is the same as 2 and 3, I would want to make sure my 5 is in the circle, or your 5 is in the circle that connects to the other parts. It doesn't matter where that circle is, okay? All right, so I'm going to do just what I did, and I'm going to give you a number sentence, and I want to see if you can fill it in for me, okay? So let's start with something small. Okay, 2 is the same as 1 and 1. Fill in your number bond to show me 2 is the same as 1 and 1. Okay, so if you need some time, you can always press pause, but I'm going to go on and just show that so we refresh our memory. Okay, 2 is the same as 1 and 1. 2 is the biggest number, I said, right? 1 and 1. Both of those numbers are smaller than 2. So I know that the biggest number is going to go in the whole. Okay, so I'm going to do 2. I'm going to do 2 circles, okay? 2 is the same as 1 and 1. So the word and in there separates my two parts. So 2 is the same as 1, and there's my separation, 1. So I just said 2 is the same as 1 and 1. Now, if I got sick of drawing these circles, what could I do? Or these dots, what could I do? That's right, I could write the number. Let's try that. 2 is the same as 1 and 1. Okay. If I wanted to write this in a number sentence, I could say 2, and what is the symbol for is the same as or equal to? It's an equal sign, you're right. 2 equals 1, and then the word and is a plus sign. You're right. And 1. 2 equals 1 and 1. Or 2 equals 1 plus 1. Oh my gosh, we're doing math. Okay, I'm going to give you another one. I want you to show me in your number bonds. 4 is the same as 3 and 1. Show me that. 4 is the same as 3 and 1. And if you want an extra minute, press pause. Think about this. 4 is the same as 3 and 1. Think about that, and I'm going to write it out here, and then I'm going to show you, and you tell me whether or not you did the same thing as I did. Okay. 4 is the same as 3 and 1. Okay, everyone, get ready. I'm going to snap. You show me. Okay. I used numbers. It would have been okay if you drew your dots in. But here are our numbers. 4, because that's the total, that's our whole, is the same as 3 and 1. Okay? All right. Let's write that. Take a minute. Write that in a number sentence for me right down here. Okay? Write it in a number sentence down there. I'm going to do it, and then I'm going to snap, and let's show each other, okay? 4 is the same as 3 and 1. Or 4 equals 3 plus 1. Okay? Everyone have that written down? All right, ready? Okay. Is this what you have? Good for you. Okay, I'm going to try to trick you now. Erase your dry erase boards. Get ready. Okay. Think about this. Take a minute, right? 2 and 2 is the same as 4. Okay, let me say it again. 2 and 2 is the same as 4. Another way I could say that is 2 plus 2 equals 4. Okay, think about what's the biggest number? Where does that go? Okay, and then what are the 2 smaller numbers? Those are my parts. Where do those go? All right, put those down. Okay. All right, let's do this. 2 and 2 is the same as 4. Okay, everyone, get ready. Snap. Show me. 2 and 2 is the same as 4. 2 plus 2 equals 4. Okay, now everyone, write that out. 2 plus 2 equals 4. 2 plus 2 equals 4. Ready? Show me that. Good. Okay. All right. So, erase these. We're going to take a step away from these for a few minutes. Actually, for the rest of the day. That was our introduction to some of our math sentences. Now we're going to do something else. We're just going to do a fun art project that will let you practice writing your numbers. This means if you need to find a number line or look at a calculator or a computer pad or something to make sure your numbers are facing the right way, this would be the time to grab that thing that you need to make sure your numbers are facing the right way. And then grab a piece of paper like this and a black marker. I'm going to use a Sharpie. I thought I had a thick Sharpie here. Do I have a thick Sharpie? No, I don't. I'm going to use my thin black Sharpie. Okay, you could also, if you need to, use your dry erase pen. Actually, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use my dry erase pen. Okay. And once you've gotten that, you also are going to want some crayons or colored pencils. Did I bring crayons? Yes, I did. I have crayons. Okay. And here's what we're going to do. First thing, you are going to choose 3 numbers to write across your paper. Okay, except for your numbers are going to touch 2 sides of your paper. It could be this and this. Could be this side and this side. It could be this side and this side. It could be this side and this side. Let me show you what I mean by that, okay? Let's see if I can show you down here. Okay, let's put you right next to me. Okay, so. Okay. All right. My first number, I'm going to choose, I hope you can see this, I'm going to choose the number 5. I'm going to have it touching this side and down here. So number 5 is going to touch the top. And it's going to sit on the bottom. So, I don't know if you can see that very well. But see how it touches these 2 sides. Okay. Now, my number 6. I'm going to have my number 6 touch this side and this side. Okay, so this corner right here and the bottom. I'm going to have my line start here, and then I'm going to have it sit right there. 5, 6. Okay. Then I think I'm going to have my 7. And you can choose whatever 3 numbers you want. I'm doing 5, 6, 7. Okay. My 7, I'm going to have touch the top and this side. And how am I going to do that? I'm going to draw a line. The top of the 7 is going to go straight across like this. And then it's just going to come down here. You know what? I think I'm going to have my 7 connect to my 5 right there. Okay, so my 5 is touching this line and this line. They're my 2 sides of my paper. 5, and then my 6 is touching this side. 6, my 7's touching this one and this one. Okay. Then from there, I'm going to think, okay, what numbers didn't I use? And I'm going to have them each touching one side. Okay, so I'm going to have a 2. I'm going to put my 2, and guess what? I'm going to turn my paper to write my 2 because I'm going to have it kind of sitting on the side. I'm going to have it sitting, see how my 5 was right here? I'm going to turn it. I'm going to put my 2 nestled in my 5, and it's going to touch this side of my paper, the bottom. My 2 is going to go like that. See? Okay. Okay. And what other numbers am I missing? Oh, I forgot a 1. I'm going to have my 1 hanging upside down. It doesn't really matter. This is called abstract art, and we're using numbers to make abstract art. My number is going to be hanging from the ceiling because this, oops, I just drew on my paper. This is how it's supposed to be, but I'm going to turn it upside down. I'm going to write my number 1 hanging from the ceiling. So it's just going to touch this side of my paper. Okay. So I have a 1, 2. Oh, I don't have a 3 yet. I'm going to have my 3 sitting on this side, but I'm going to have it touching the 6 to get to this line. So it's going to start up. Oops, make sure you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to start it up here. And it's going to come all the way down and touch this side. See how it touched this side? And a 4, of course. How could I forget my 4? I'm just going to keep turning my paper around, finding little hidden places to tuck my numbers. Okay, and I'm going to put my 4, I'm going to have it hanging from my 7. See my 7 right here? 7. I'm going to have my 4 hanging from my 7 and sitting on this side of my paper. So my 4 is going to come down. See how it came all the way down? Right here. So I have a 1, I have a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh, an 8 is going to be so fun. Where am I going to squeeze that 8? Anyone have any ideas? Where should I squeeze my 8? Looks pretty empty in here. I think I'm going to have my 8 touching this side. So by doing that, I'm going to have it, I'm going to make a big 8. I'm going to have it sitting on my 5. See, there it is. It's going up here. It just touches this, goes all the way down and sits on my 5. Okay. Doesn't have to sit on my 5. I could have stopped it right here if I wanted to. Okay, 9 is my last number. Where should I put that 9? Where should I put that 9? I think I'm going to put my 9 in this corner, sitting on the top of my 7. Okay, now you can choose wherever you want to do this. You don't have to do what I'm doing at all. This is just supposed to be a fun, silly math project, okay? So I have now all my numbers. You can barely even tell that they're numbers at this point. All my numbers are scattered throughout my page. My first 3, just so you remember, touched 2 sides of my page. So my 5 touched the top and the bottom. My 6 touched this side and the bottom. And my 7 touched the top and this side of my paper. Okay? And then from there, all my other numbers just had to touch one side. Doesn't matter where. So my 2 touched down here, just sat on this side of my paper. My 8 touched the top and came down from the top. My 9 touched, oh, you know what I just realized? I broke my own rule. My 9 actually ended up touching 2 sides because it's in the corner, so it touched this side and this side. If I wanted to, I could try to scoot it over just so it sat on this side of my paper. Right here and went down like that, but that's okay. I made a mistake, and guess what? It's okay if you make a mistake too. Because then after you write your numbers, however they end up floating around on your page for fun, you are going to take some crayons and make it beautiful. Okay, you're going to go in here. I'm going to use this pretty turquoise color. And I'm going to go in here. I'm going to start trying to add color into lots of different places. But I'm going to try to add color into places that are separated by my number lines. So right here, I'm just going to use the blue for inside this 6, just for the loop of the 6. Okay, and I could spend more time, but I'm trying to just move on for you. Now, yeah, I know the coloring, the lighting in here is not awesome right now. I apologize for that. It's a rainy day, of course, and the natural lighting is just not great, but we're doing our best. So now I'm going to use yellow, and I'm going to color, where should I color? I'm going to color inside the 8 with yellow. Okay, I'm going to do both of my loops in yellow. Okay, and then I'm going to move on. I'm going to do this pretty pink, and maybe I'll do pink will be, ooh, so here is a space in between my 4 and my giant 5. This whole area I'm going to do pink. Like that. I'm going to try to color the entire area. So each new spot that's separated by lines is just a different color. There aren't too many rules to it though. You do whatever you want to do. Just fun to see lots of different colors swirling around your numbers. I'm feeling like I want to go pretty green. I'm going to go with this green. I'm going to make this, oh, please still be filming. You're still there. Yay. Okay. Okay. So hopefully my screen didn't black out on you. Here is my green. I'm going to just color this giant part of inside my 7 right here. I'm just going to color that all green. You could put on some pretty music. Right now, instead, I have the sound of my dog barking in the background, which she has been doing non-stop. Since we've been stuck at home, she barks at everything. It's driving me a little crazy, but she's a sweet dog, so I forgive her. Okay, so I'm going to stop my green right... No, you know what? I'm going to keep going. See how this line doesn't stop right there? I'm going to let my green just continue to fill in all the space around this 8. Make sure you choose a color you really love if it's going to fill in a big space. And the good thing about this is that it's not super hard, and if you do a practice one and you say, oh, I don't love that one very much, you can always do another one later today or another day. It's just a fun new project you'll know how to do all by yourself. Okay, and now what about an orange? I'm going to have, I think this part up here by my 9, I think I'm going to color this all, I guess it's kind of like a peachy orange. So I think you get the point here. I could just keep going until I'm done, but I would love for you to keep going on yours. And you can just keep coloring and coloring and coloring. And by the time you're done, you have beautiful abstract art made out of numbers. Okay, so the thing I want you to focus on more than where your numbers go, are your numbers facing the right way? This is a good way to practice your numbers, okay? So have fun with this. And if you love what you did, share it on Flipgrid with us, okay? All right, everyone. I had a really fun time with you today in math, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.